Hello, my delicious co-creators. Lilou here in Paris with Nahko and his band. Can we say that? It's not a band.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Band, yeah.
Yeah.
Band of co-creators creating delicious music and vibration. Yeah, absolutely.
We're here at Divan du Monde in Paris, in the all the way north of Paris, and you're having this concert. We met like a year ago. We did this interview. I don't know if you've seen it, from Nantes, and it's been a year now. You've been touring, and it's been very successful. Places are filling up. How do you feel about that? How are the Europeans compared to the Americans?
There's no comparing really. I think that there's a similarity. When I was saying this actually a couple days ago when we were in another country, I think we were in Germany, there's a familiarity, wherever we go. The demographic's very broad, so in some senses you would think that there wouldn't be any similarities, but there's such a familiar vibration, there's familiar faces. It's like you see these people and you play, in different countries. Like we played in numerous countries we've never played before this tour, and yet every time I looked out at the crowd, I was like, wow, I feel like I've seen you people before. You know what I mean?
It's like a tribe.
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting at, right? Was that that doesn't matter where you go, is what I'm discovering. It doesn't really matter where you go. You can find the same kind of people who are searching for the same kind of thing, or who are actually living that kind of thing,
What would that be called? Like, what do you think it's happening here? Through your music and many things are happening right now on the planet like that. What are people really seeking?
Well, you get to see
something
people,
was missing?
You get to see people at different stages of their evolution.
Yeah.
You get to see people who are at stage 1, or you see people at stage 10, or, however, you consider it being rated, but you can see people that are existing at this time, however old, however young, who are seeking to live in that love and seeking to live in the light, but recognizing the both sides of the spectrum, and learning how to balance themselves within that light and dark,
Not always cool. Easy, huh? You went through a lot yourself.
I'm still going through a lot. That's life.
Layers.
Yeah, but when I see them out there, I go, okay, cool. These people are showing up for life, and they're here because they feel something, and they're onto something. Like we're onto something. So we're all kind of just being like, hey, we're onto something really special here. Let's experience it together.
And not giving on fear, because there's some huge attacks here in Paris several months ago. Are you thinking about it, or how is your whole perception?
Well, we played in that venue.
The Bataclan.
Yeah, we played in that venue with Groundation when we were here last, the thing that I keep reminding myself of is the courage that it takes for people to be like a peaceful warrior. You know what I mean? And that was the resonating thing that kept coming up, of course, after the attacks when I was in America, and that hit close to home for me because we were there. Whatever it was, 10 months before. And just realizing that it can be at any time, anywhere, something can happen, something tragic can happen that can affect yourself, your family, your loved ones, people you don't know. But the important thing that I kept remembering was that whether it's a small group or a large group of people that do terrible things to other people, you can't isolate them in a way and then try and keep them out. And so, of course, it's an instance of a bigger problem, and it's also a reflection of how we deal with things like this. In America, as you can see from our election process, more than half the candidates are talking about keeping people out. You know what I mean? And so when I talk about talking about courage and talking about being peaceful, it takes more courage to put a gun down and to let people in than it does to pick the gun up and to keep people out. You know what I mean? But of course, this is something that takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of practice, but we don't have time for that. You know what I mean?
Tell us about some of the message of your next album coming out. When is that coming out in the US and maybe in Europe?
It comes out worldwide in May. And so some of the themes touch on exactly that. That's why I'm excited for this to come out, because I'm the world really needs it right now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So some of the themes in particular are just based on forgiving, of course. I mean, that's something that I'm continuing to learn about, whether it's stories from years ago or stories from yesterday, you know, because even with the things that happened in Paris, you know, it's so difficult, and I understand the difficulty of letting these things, being able to figure out how to process them, and to not look at other people with hate, or look at them with judgment or fear, because that's the sickness that we've been living in for much longer than you and I can even fathom, you know. So the themes of the record are the merging of the dancer and the warrior, is what I've sort of been thinking about a lot in the last 6 to 8 months, of the courage, or rather the commitment of the warrior to be brave, and to stick to the fight, and to step up to the plate. But then, of course, the grace and the discipline of the dancer to tell the story with the movement, and also to pray in that way. So the merging of those things is unique, and so the stories that are in this record, we cover a lot of ground. Cover a lot of ground as far as like topics and themes, and as well genres of sound. Yeah. There's quite a few different sounds that we touch on in the record. So there's something in there for everybody, which is awesome. Yeah, I
can't wait to hear it. It's more like, I hear that you're more this cosmic warrior than this shaman. It's like you're connecting. How do you feel when you're on stage?
I never really want to ever call myself a shaman, because there's a lot to that, and that's a practice and a title that I could never live up to at this time.
Yeah. Because we say
I would just consider myself a storyteller. Yeah. You know, and through that I'm able to help people access their own story, I guess, you know.
How does it feel when you're on stage and you've got everybody, I mean, the room's here packed, and you have this energy, you feel it, and you feel connected? I mean, what is your relationship to this universe? You know, do you feel that there's something there moving? I mean,
I can see the connection between the people and the earth, but you know, it's something you have to you really have to open up your mind for that kind of thing, you know. And
hard.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, because people are going through so many different things, you know. And music has always been such a powerful tool for change. So you can never know in one instant like what somebody's actually going through when you say something, whether it's in their language or not, you know, or however they process whatever you said, you know, because it comes from a different place for me as well. You know, it can be the simplest of proverbs, it could be the simplest of like parables, and like and yet someone can take it to a whole nother level because they're going through something at their stage that is completely different than yours. So it's pretty exciting just to watch them, and then I like to make eye contact, because I like to like be like, yeah, you feeling that? You know what I mean? What are you saying? Okay, yeah. So it's powerful. Yeah, I mean, like since I've seen you, yeah, we've been many places, and then this tour alone has been quite a surprise. I mean, we sold out every show on this tour in places that we've never been before. So that to me is the power of people sharing music. Yeah. It's a testament to social media
and getting together.
Absolutely, you know, and this idea that of the tribe, this global tribe that are all similar people with similar visions, you know, that are looking to find allies, you know, in different places. And what a better place to find them than through the venue of music, you know, and then through the music, creating community through that.
You're gonna be at the Bali Spirit Fest. I can't wait to be there. I'll see you there. We're gonna be there in Ubud. I don't know if you guys are going there, but this is definitely a great place to go. You're one of the main singers, so you've been there already, no? Last year? Or?
Yeah, I've taken a couple years off. The first year I think I went was 2012. So I did 2012 and 2013. I love Bali. I mean, Indonesia. And the people there and the way that they practice their religion, you know, is a testament to true daily praise and worship. You know, like they honor all beings on the planet, you know. And so through that sense of like understanding Hinduism and Muslim like people, you can see that they have such dedication to their practice and to their form of prayer, and I love that. You know, I want to be like that. I look at that and go, yeah, I can be like that. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of ecstatic dancing too going on at that festival, and concerts and yoga. How do you like this ecstatic dancing thing? Do you participate too, or when you're there, you're just
Yeah, of course. I tend to hang out with the locals, I think, because I always want to like learn their language a bit more.
Yeah.
But the organizers and the people that come from around the world, you know, to be at this event are always great folks to be around, you know, and the things that they do, of course, like all the kinds of yoga and all the kinds of practices that they offer through their workshops, through that. I think it's a week-long event. It's amazing, and of course, you get to be in one of the most beautiful tropical like places on the planet. I mean, really.
29th of March until the 3rd of April for the one of you that dare to just fly there and just have a good time and meet great people. What else is there to say about how? Is there some message that you want to bring across? Something important?
I wanted to tell you something very unique that I'm planning to do this year to remind myself and to remind you know, I guess people that are observing our movement, you know, in the music industry, that something different is possible. I'm putting together a 2-week tour this winter, fall, I guess I should say, in September. And
2016,
yeah, this year, this August, or excuse me, September, and it's going to be on horseback.
I can totally see that.
Yeah, so basically it's like reminding people that you can slow things down.
Yeah.
And that you can enjoy the countryside in which you travel in, because of course, you know, as we're growing and we're moving faster and faster and faster, we're in a bus, we're in a plane, whatever. You don't always get to see where you're at, you know. And for me, like, I used to travel very slow. So this whole new chapter of like traveling quickly and going a million places and doing the work, which is important. It's also like a reminder for myself to go, hey, remember when you used to like go slower, you know?
Yeah. And connect more to nature.
Yeah, well, and, you know, and just have the feet on the ground, you know, or hooves on the ground, if you will. So, so we're putting together a little project that we'll take on the road for 2 weeks, and it'll
Where?
be, it's in Northern California. It'll be also a sort of a push and a prayer for a certain kind of species. We're talking about salmon. We're dealing in Northern California and in Oregon and Northwest Territories with a big issue with like our salmon, our fish have been disappearing for a long time now. And so I'm finally at that age where I can be like, and at the organization of what I'm doing to say.
Happy birthday, by the way.
So
30, necklace 30 now.
I finally made it. Survived.
Good. So you're an activist now.
Well, I mean, I've been activating for a while, but yeah. When can you actually call yourself an activist? I don't even know.
I don't know. You seem pretty involved.
But anyway, so it'll be good because we'll also be praying for our water, because California has also been in a drought for a long time, and the way that our federal government works and deals with water is ridiculous. So anyway, should be pretty cool.
Nahko, president.
I don't want to be president. No thanks. I'd rather just keep playing songs and riding horses.
Yes. Exciting. Well, thank you for this delicious interview here in Paris and showing up as you do every time. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have a good time tonight. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oui, on vous embrasse très très fort. We give you big kisses from Paris.